Bear with me again, as per usual, if the signal or the audio goes a little bit weird. Sometimes I get like dead zone areas whilst I'm walking. But I will make this a somewhat quick live stream. It's also very windy today. I don't think there's meant to be much rain, which would be good for the filming that I've got planned. Oh dear. For the filming that I've got planned today, but this will be more just Jesus. Right, hopefully, yeah, you can hear me. But today, I just want to go over my coaching, the birthday offer that I put out at the start of September. I finally sort of gone through now all of my consultation calls with people, which has been absolutely great. I've got one guy who's now doing or taking up the birthday offer, so there is 2 left. And everyone else that I've had calls with, they're already kind of like booking in for, oh blimey, they're already booking in for a bit of November, but mostly December and January, which is really great. So I mean, if you're after, you know, the cheapest price for coaching, because if you're not aware, I do more of a seasonal price thing. So if you are someone who maybe is on a budget and you know you can't maybe afford to do coaching during the summer, during like the really nice peak weather, then I offer much cheaper coaching during more of the winter periods. But my birthday offer is just slightly cheaper than the winter prices. But I thought I'd just let you know that there are still 2 spaces left for my 7-day coaching in November. So it would be £1,000 for the week. So that's for 7 days. And what's included in that is my filming and feedback service, which essentially for the first 2 days we go out onto the streets of London. I've got the hiccups now. We go out onto the streets of London, and day number 1, I film you doing approaching, so you can then get this kind of like out of body, third person perspective experience when you actually watch the videos back on Tuesday, or so the second day. And then every day going forward after that, so from day 3 to day 7, we actually have cold approach coaching. So the idea, at least with having everything filmed on day number 1, then means that when we sit down and actually watch through your footage, you can see what you look like on camera. Footage doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't get revealed online, it's only for your eyes and my eyes only, so it's for private use only. But it's really great just to see how you behave and how you act in a conversation with people. So I tend to then look at people's like body language, their linguistics, how they sound, and their structure of content, which is essentially their conversation skills. You've obviously got me with about 16 years experience of working in the dating industry and pickup industry. I've helped train coaches over the years. I've got plenty of testimonials from coaches on my other YouTube channel, on my Camera Dan channel. So I think I've got a playlist on my channel, on this channel, from the other channel, so you can actually see some of the dating coaches that I've worked with over the years and just how I've helped them with like their businesses and stuff. But some of them do actually share as well that I coach them and I've helped them to become more confident with their cold approaching because of the ability to have their infields filmed, and then they've been able to watch that footage back, and then they've been able to just evolve and get really good really quickly. So I'm not too worried about the actual results that you get. I mean, absolutely, I'll help you, you know, flirt with girls, be confident, be bold, but I'm really interested in working on the cold approach technique and getting really confident with it. So when you are going and stopping people, you have that conviction to not only do it, but also to do it on your own. Because ultimately, I think for any guy who wants to do this, I think it's a rite of passage. you've got to be able to learn how to do it on your own and have that confidence to go and do it. And that's something that I'd like to think I'm really proud of, that I do really well with guys. I've got testimonials on my channel. I've got more testimonials coming. I've got also more guys coming back for because they got a lot out of the coaching and they really like the accountability that I offer them. So if you're interested, if you want coaching at a very affordable price, then definitely reach out and let me know that you want to claim my birthday offer. It's £1,000 for the week. That's certainly the cheapest that you will get anywhere, but we do a hell of a lot of hours of coaching together. But I really want to be able to train you to cold approach on your own. And I'm really, really confident that with my help I can work with your traumas, your struggles, any anxiety that you get that comes up. Besides actually being able to help people with cold approaching, I also trained as a life coach and in something called integral eye movement therapy, which helps me to thank you, across the road, which helps me to actually work on men's traumas. If, let's say, you've had a bad experience in the past and that now prevents you from taking that action again because you've just got so much anxiety from thinking about that experience. And I've worked with guys in the past with my eye movement therapy who do have social anxiety from approaching because they had some like very horrible rejections in the past, and then whenever they would think about those rejections or be in a very similar circumstance that would mean that they would need to approach, suddenly they're having like these flashbacks or these PTSD moments that is causing them to recall the pain that they felt when they got rejected, or how people may have judged them, or maybe even how their mindset has now changed and it's just totally working against them. So I do all these things, I work on all these things during the coaching. But yes, I do have 2 slots or 2 coaching weeks available in November. So at least as well, like if you're not based in London, being able to book 2 months in advance also means like you can sort out trains, you can sort out travel, you can sort out accommodation, and you can certainly save money by booking those things in advance as well. And I like to think like I never leave someone, oh my god, it's windy, hopefully you can still hear me, but I never leave someone struggling. I'll always try and help them out with sorting out accommodation, finding the cheapest price. I'm very, very sympathetic. Maybe empathetic is the word. I'm very empathetic that sometimes guys do struggle financially. Okay, just dodge people here. Excuse me. That I will do my very best to make sure that the experience is as affordable as possible. Definitely, if you're thinking about getting into cold approaching, maybe you've had a break from it for a while. Oh god, right, it really is windy. I hope that you actually can hear me still. You know, if you've had a break from it for a while, maybe you've had some bad experiences and you want to try and shift your mindset and be more proactive with cold approaching, or maybe you've just kind of hit like a sticking point and you don't quite understand why you're not getting results. Maybe you are actively going out cold approaching, but you're just like, hang on a minute, why am I not getting any phone numbers, or why aren't girls actually, you know, going on dates with me? Then having your interactions filmed and getting feedback from me will make all the difference in the world. And in fact, if you want to see an example of what my coaching is like, I recommend actually checking out the video series that I did with Bilal on my channel. It's in the client transformation playlist, so you can have a look at that. You can see how I give people advice. I'd like to think that I give really good advice. Just cross here. But you can at least see the kind of results or feedback that I give to people during days 1 and 2. And then you can even hear the transformation stories or testimonials from a few guys that I've worked with and hear what their experiences was like. I've also done like live streams whilst I've been coaching with those guys as well, so you can have a look at them. I think they'd be easy enough to find, but they're kind of a bit sporadic in the sense that some guys want their privacy, and I totally respect that, and others don't mind having their stories shared as well. So if you're interested in coaching, by all means do reach out. Again, it's only £1,000 for the week. There'll be a hell of a lot of value in there. I've certainly been one of the longest running, I guess I can kind of say, coaches now in the industry. I mean, I've been in the world of pickup and the dating industry since 2009. I worked behind the scenes with easily over about 80 plus dating coaches and pickup coaches during that period of time. And I have worked with pretty much everyone. Any dating coach or pickup guy you can think of that has passed through London at some point or another has definitely worked with me in some form or another as well. So I'll leave it there because I can feel it is quite windy. But again, if you're interested in coaching, I've got 2 slots available left. After having loads of consultation calls with people, I've had people now book me in for December and January, and one guy is now taking up a slot for my birthday offer. And I want to really encourage anyone who is interested in taking action to go for it. At least with the price, there should be no reason, unless you really are on a budget, but there should be no reason why not to go for it. I would love to be able to help you. We'll have a chat, we'll take it from there, we'll see if you're right for it. There have been a couple of guys who I've recommended that they need to do other things first before they come forward and work with me. I like to try and be honest with people. I don't want to just say yes to everyone. I want to make sure that you're in the right place if we were to coach together. And I'll be honest with that. If I think maybe you need to have some therapy, if you need to maybe like rejig your fashion or something, I will be brutally honest with you in the nicest possible way, of course. I will definitely be able to say, hang on, let me go around these cars. Get myself out of the road. It's just how that car parked on the pavement, like literally fully on the pavement. It's ridiculous. So yeah, but I mean, if anything, otherwise, guys, I mean, I'll let this run for like a minute or two. If anyone has any questions about the coaching, about what the experience is like, I'm totally an open book with it. Maybe you're curious, you know, what I do coaching wise with guys, what's more involved in it. Jesus is clearly involved in it as well. My goodness, it's windy. But no, I'm an open book if you have any questions. I know sometimes the signal comes and goes, so sometimes the viewer count sort of like jumps up and down for me. But yeah, if you've got any questions about the coaching, by all means, feel free. You can ask me now. I've opened the chat so people can find out. Yo, unknown. What is the channel about? So I am a life coach, but I specifically help people with their social anxiety. And because I've worked in the dating industry for the last 16 years behind the scenes, and I've now kind of come forward to help people, and part of the inspiration for that is because I've had quite a few friends in the industry unfortunately take their lives, and I sort of feel like that I've stepped up because I don't want there to be any more struggles with guys. I don't want there to be, well, I certainly don't want any more guys taking their lives. And I really want to help guys with their mental health, especially if they're looking to work on their personal development. And I'm a big advocate of something called cold approaching. And part of what I do to help people with their social anxiety is to take them out and essentially just have conversations with strangers. I'm not too worried about, you know, the dating element of it. I'm more into the idea of, oh, blimey, windy now. I'm more into the idea of actually helping people just to become more confident, and I guess be more self-expressed as well with their authenticity, and just find, wow, windy, and just find the courage to go up to someone and say, like, hey, I like you. How's your day going? And just sort of speak to them in a very honest and natural way. So I mean, that's essentially my channel. I mean, you can have a look at the kind of content that I put out. It does dabble in dating stuff as well, because I've kind of worked part of the industry. I appreciate that. I'd like to think that I try to. I mean, ultimately, I want to get guys to set very realistic expectations, and take accountability for their actions as well. Like, if you've got things in your life that you're not happy with, then you've got to do something about it. You can't just, you know, sit around at home and just sort of hope things are going to work out. You've got to be like, okay, I'm not happy with X, Y, and Z. What actions can I take to fix them? And I appreciate that. No, thank you very much for subbing. I hope there's things on my channel that you resonate with, that helps you out in some way, and I'm always open to ideas as well. I mean, one of the things that I try and encourage people for my channel is, like, I want the channel to be more about you guys than me just literally being like a talking head to camera. So if there's anything that you need help with your social anxiety, whether it be for like socializing or just building momentum to become more confident, or I guess definitely anything that's dating related, then by all means feel free to let me know ideas. I'm always open to making sure that the content is to help people, rather than just make anything that's just generic and like, oh, okay, well, this ticks this box for everyone. It's like, no, I want to make videos that genuinely solve people's problems. So yeah, no, please do have a look, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, and definitely if there's anything that resonates with you or anything that you need help with. But as well, yeah, for anyone else who's interested in coaching and stuff, by all means, like, feel free to ask me questions. I'll let this video kind of like go for a few more minutes anyway. It's funny, I said like, oh, I'll make it a short video, but that said, I think I've walked now the majority of the journey to the train station, which is fine. It's good. It's actually not been as windy as I thought, although I'm sure if I probably listen to this back, it'll probably be like just pure like static, and my voice like being this like little faint whisper in the background. But no, I'm always open to questions. So yeah, if there's anyone who's, again, they're interested in my coaching, I've got my birthday offer that I put out the start of September for 3 spaces. Now that I've finally played catch up with all my consultation calls that I had booked in since then, I've sort of found that people have gone for like a nice eclectic mix of all of my coaching services, and they're not just really looking for November. And you have a good day as well, my friend. Thank you very much again for subbing. I really appreciate it. And again, if there's anything that resonates on my channel, by all means, I really hope that you get a lot out of it. Cool, if it's not the wind, it's ambulances. This is going to be hilarious when I open my umbrella if it rains later. I feel like I'm going to like have like a Mary Poppins experience and just get like blown away. But no, if there's any more questions and stuff, by all means, let me know. But yeah, now that I've actually had all my consultation calls, people have booked in for different months, different services, because it's not just the 7-day that I do with people. I also offer just the filming and feedback on its own. Sometimes people are really confident with their cold approaching, but they kind of feel like they still need to just see how they're performing on camera to make sure like they haven't got any bad habits or any bad mannerisms. I can't speak now. So sometimes, you know, the filming and feedback on its own is more than enough for guys. So at least then they can be like, okay, I can see what I'm doing wrong there with my approach. Right, I'll now make those tweaks. And then they go and fix it, and then, hey presto, they're now suddenly getting better results. I've also got my life coaching as well, which is essentially just a weekly phone call. Oh, got a bit of dust in my eye now. That's fun. I've got like a weekly phone call thing, which is more about having accountability, so I can kind of keep track of like people's results and also constantly encourage them to move forward. I got one guy who's actually booking a third batch with me, which is amazing. He's just really found it useful, being able to have a call like either every week or every other week. And you know, I'm really humbled by that, because you know, there are moments sometimes I think any coach feels like, oh, am I doing a good job? But yeah, it's nice when you've got somebody who keeps coming back because they see the value in it. It's made a difference to his life, definitely, especially in like his workplace and his dating life, being able to be told, right, you need to go out, you need to do this every week, you need to do that, and then me checking in, right, how did it go, and then him sort of updating me, which I love. Obviously I've got the 7-day, which I explained, so you have the filming and feedback days 1 and 2, and then days 3 to 7 is essentially actual cold approach coaching. And by having an idea on Monday and Tuesday of what we would do, it then kind of like sets the tone of what we're going to work on for like the rest of the week. And I can honestly say that there is like a degrees difference between someone who doesn't look confident to someone who does look confident. It's a subtle shift in his mannerisms and in his behaviour, how he speaks, how he articulates himself, that can get you to go from having no conversations or phone numbers to having every conversation and every phone number. And that sounds really cheesy as I've said that out loud as well, but there is definitely some truth in that. I've also got my eye movement therapy, so if people have any like traumas with their anxiety, then using eye movement therapy, which essentially allows me to detach unwanted emotions and feelings from memories, then I can kind of like remove maybe that hurdle, so you can face that fear and it won't be as intimidating. I'd be lying if I said it completely removes the anxiety or the fear, but it reduces that barrier that's preventing you from being confident. Okay, this is getting very windy now. Very windy. I hope it hasn't interfered with the audio. Dearie me. And then the only other service I've got is the essentially the taster or the single day coaching. And I'd say that really is for guys who maybe they either just want like a touch up with their approaching, just to get like a third person to give them feedback on what they're doing, maybe right or wrong. I have microphone equipment, I should have also mentioned that. So I can listen to every approach that you do, and I can give you feedback instantly once you come back. And to be honest, it's something that actually coaches don't always do. They kind of like send guys to go and approach, have a conversation, they come back, and then they say, how did that conversation go? And it's like, well, no, you should know how the conversation has gone, because then you can actually give the guys feedback on what they've just had in that interaction. So I have microphone equipment, I can hear every conversation that you have, and then I can give you feedback the moment you come back. I can tell you what I like, what I didn't like, what alternatives I would have spoken about, and hopefully then it just kind of gives you more things to think about when you're approaching. And I'm all for about just self-expression. I think you need to develop your creativity and improv with a conversation to actually get good with it. I don't like lines and routines. I don't like when guys get stuck saying the same thing over and over again. I think it actually makes it very difficult to get to know someone and build a connection. Wow, this is getting a bit windy again now. So I think that's probably all the coaching. Like I say, again, one last time, I've got 2 spaces available in November. So if you're interested in coaching, first of all, definitely reach out for that. But if you're really, really looking for a bargain, like I say, it's £1,000 for 7 days of coaching. You get 2 days of the filming and feedback, and then 5 days of cold approach coaching to work on your technique, to work on the bad habits and mannerisms or behaviours that you've picked up that may be hindering you from being able to truly connect with people. And I also teach people to be more self-expressive and to work on their creativity, encourage to speak to strangers. So check out my website, I've got more information there. But yeah, if you really want to get the best value for coaching, I've worked in the industry again for 16 years behind the scenes. I've now stepped out in front. I absolutely love to be able to help people. And if anything, I think the biggest reward for me is hearing the stories of people either carrying on with the approaching afterwards, or just the kind of relationships and stuff that they're having. I love it when I hear about people now they're in a long-term relationship because of me helping them to find their voice with speaking to people, and I love that. I really, really love that. So if you're interested in coaching, reach out. £1,000 for 7 days coaching, filming and feedback, get your infields filmed, see what you look like on camera, get the feedback, and then work on it over 5 days with me, and then get really good at cold approaching and being able to do it on your own. So I'll end it there because it's now quite windy and I'm near the station, but hopefully I'll do another live stream tomorrow, and I look forward to hopefully hearing from guys to grab the birthday offer that I've got put out. So till then, I'm going to try and cross the roads.